Opriți sistemul de transmisie a urgențelor din nicăieri. Urgența despre care era vorba a luat sfârșit. Singurul lucru de care trebuie să vă temeți este valul uriaș care a acoperit câmpii...
Oh, nu! Ciudată vreme în ultimul timp.
The magnificence of the Ambersons began in 1873. Their splendor lasted throughout all the years that saw their Midland town spread and darken into a city. The less time we have to spare. During the earlier years of this period, while bangs and bustles were having their way with women, there were seen men of all ages to whom a hat meant only that rigid, tall silk thing known to impudence as a stovepipe. But the long contagion of the derby had arrived. One season the crown of this hat would be a bucket, next it would be a spoon. Every house still kept its boot jack, but high-top boots gave way to shoes and Congress gaiters, and these were played through fashions that shaped them now with toes like box ends and now with toes like the prows of racing shells. Trousers with a crease were considered plebeian. The crease proved that the garment had lain upon a shelf and hence was ready-made. With evening dress, a gentleman wore a tan overcoat, so short that his black coattails hung visible 5 inches below the overcoat. But after a season or two, he lengthened his overcoat till it touched his heels. And he passed out of his tight trousers into trousers like great bags. In those days, they had time for everything. Time for sleigh rides and balls and assemblies and cotillions and open house on New Year's, and all-day picnics in the woods, and even that prettiest of all vanished customs, the serenade. Of a summer night, young men would bring an orchestra under a pretty girl's window, and flute, harp, fiddle, cello, cornet, and bass viol would presently release their melodies to the dulcet stars. Against so homespun a background, the magnificence of the Ambersons was as conspicuous as a brass band at a funeral.
There it is! The Amberson Mansion.
The pride of the town.
Well, well.
$60,000 for the woodwork alone.
Hot and cold running water, upstairs and down.
And stationary washstands in every last bedroom in the place.
Is Miss Amberson at home?
No, sir, Mr. Morgan. Miss Amberson's not home.
Well, thanks, Sam.
No, sir. Miss Amberson ain't at home to you, Mr. Morgan.
Thanks.
I guess she's still mad at him.
Who?
Isabel. Major Amberson's daughter.
Eugene Morgan's her best beau. Took a bit too much to drink the other night, right out here, and stepped clean through the bass fiddle serenade.
I haven't seen her since she got back from abroad.
Isabel? Well, sir, I don't know as I know just how to put it, but she's kind of a delightful-looking young lady.
Wilbur? Wilbur Minifer? I never thought he'd get her. Well, what do you know?
Well, Wilbur may not be any Apollo, as it were, but he's a steady young businessman.
Wilbur Minifer.
Looks like Isabel's pretty sensible for such a showy girl.
To think of her taking him.
Yes, just because a man any woman would like 1,000 times better was a little wild one night at a serenade.
What she minds was his making a clown of himself in her own front yard. Made her think he didn't care much about her. She's probably mistaken, but it's too late for her to think anything else now. The wedding will be a big Amberson-style thing. Raw oysters floating in scooped-out blocks of ice, and a band from out of town. And then Wilbur will take Isabel on the carefulest little wedding trip he can manage. And she'll be a good wife to him. But they'll have the worst spoiled lot of children this town will ever see.
How on earth do you figure that out, Mrs. Foster?
She couldn't love Wilbur, could she? Well, it'll all go to her children.